What's up, Tiger fans? We are back bringing you another episode of TigerCast, where we take you beyond the game. I'm Laura Leidick with the Towson Sports Network, here with Griffin Bass again this week. Griffin, how are you?
I'm doing great, Laura. Thank you for having me on. I'm really excited about today's episode. Excited about the semester getting started. Excited about my classes. How are you?
Well, good. I'm excited to get back to some spring sports here. I just want to take a quick second to talk about Towson's women's basketball. They are on a roll this season. Although they had a brief break due to COVID-19, they came back against Hofstra. They came out and had 14 three-pointers in their second game against Hofstra, breaking a program record. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch them. Those two games against Hofstra, they looked like they didn't really skip a beat after being out for 2 weeks. The big three, Scoop Smith, Mello Jeter, Leah Nelson, they were all right on target from 3-point range, and it was really, really cool to see them set a new program record there. Aaliyah Nelson and Kiana Jeter Mello Jeter are killing it. They're both top 5 in the nation. Aaliyah Nelson top 5 in assists per game. She's got 7 assists per game, and Mello Jeter's averaging 24.6 points per game for top 5 in the nation. So it's really fun to watch this Towson Tigers offense. They're averaging 91.5 points per game, top 2 in the nation. So it's really exciting to watch them, and I can't wait to see what else they give us the rest of the season.
On Twitter, Ben Rosenbaum, our boss at TSN, he was talking about how Jeter's on a mission this year. So either get out of her way or get on a highlight reel. And I don't think there's anything that sums up how she's playing better than that. I think she is just there every single game, on point, ready to go. And I think she's looking for a ring this year.
Yeah. It's hopefully everything stays safe and they're able to defend their CAA title.
Well, here with us now is Jeff Miller from the Towson Tigers football team. So to kick things off, sorry guys, had to throw that football pun in there. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm currently majoring in special education, more specifically secondary special education. So working with kids in high school and through adult programs. I am from California. That's where I grew up. That's where I was raised. And now I'm here in Maryland. So that's a little bit far away from home. So yeah, I'm loving it in Maryland. I actually like it better in Maryland than I do in California.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Weather's a lot nicer.
In California, you mean?
No, here in Maryland. Maryland's
really?
Nice. Yeah, Maryland's got the change of the seasons and.
Oh, you like all the 4 seasons?
Yeah. California. I mean, we jump into our pool in Christmas. It's like 95 degrees at Christmas, so it gets a little old after a while.
Yeah, it's just interesting you feel that way. I guess it has to do with me being from Maryland. I guess I'd not really prefer, but I'd like to see what it's like to have be able to jump in my pool during Christmas.
That's true. Grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah, really.
I feel like in Maryland, the weather just gets like in the morning, it's one temperature. In the evening, it can be like a whole different one. Like you see all 4 seasons in one day. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah,
for sure.
So why did you choose Towson?
Honestly, the coaches did a great job recruiting me. Really made me feel like family here. I fell in love with Coach Ambrose and all the coaches that they had here. And then what really drew me in was special education program. You know, Towson has one of the best teaching programs in the nation, and then the special education program is just even above that. So the combination of the two, the football program and having that special ed program here, just really brought me here, and I knew it was a place for me to be.
So how did you get started with special education? Because we know you do a lot of stuff with special education, Special Olympics. How did you first get started with that? Did you start in high school?
Yeah, I did. So my junior year, we volunteered, like my football team in high school volunteered for Special Olympics just as like a community thing. I thought I was just going to show up, wear my jersey, help out a little bit. And I really fell in love with it. I really loved helping the kids. They have sports, that you got to talk to them and stuff like that. So then my senior year, for a free elective class, I was a TA for a special ed class like that we had on campus. And after day one, I knew that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Having the relationships with the kids, I still go back and visit that classroom. I still talk to the kids and stuff like that about how they're doing. So ever since then, just knew that's what I wanted to do, and been working with Special Olympics since my junior year. So those two have kind of coincided. And now I'm on the committee for Special Olympics Maryland, which I'm super honored to be a part of. And obviously, I'm in the special ed department here. So it's best both worlds. But junior year is definitely when I started off working with them and get involved with that.
Cool.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you do on the committee with the Special Olympics?
Right. So because I'm obviously a student athlete, I don't get the ability to meet with them as much or plan stuff out. And with all the COVID stuff, we haven't been able to plan as many events as we wanted to. But I just kind of have a say in, how things are rolling from my perspective. For example, the Winter Games that we had last year, obviously I'm from California. I had no idea what Winter Games were. It was my first time actually seeing Winter Games live. But I went around and I evaluated, how things were running, how parents felt things were running, different things we could do better, how the athletes felt and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like that, eagle in the eye, just kind of seeing what things are going and how things are rolling and just report back to them when I can. Like I said, being a student athlete, I can't really do much with that, but I do what I can.
So you mentioned the Winter Games. What is that? Would you say what's your best experience from being involved with Special Olympics Maryland? And I guess at the Winter Games, what exactly did you do?
Right. So the Winter Games was definitely the most eye-opening for me because, like I said, I had never seen Winter Games. I mean, I'd seen the Olympics Winter Games, but I'd never seen them live. And seeing these kids compete in, downhill skiing and snowboarding, stuff like that, I don't even know how to ski. So just seeing them compete with that was incredible. And that was just cool to see. And then for the Summer Games, I run the pool event. I help get that going, get the kids on the blocks. And I've never swam a day in my life. So my dad was a swimmer, my girlfriend's a swimmer, but other than that, I had never really been a part of that. So Special Olympics has really taught me. It's really kind of brought me out of my shell. And it's really opened up my eyes to these kids and how incredible of athletes they are and what incredible people they are.
So obviously the pandemic has made everything really tough. And you mentioned you're still trying to do stuff, get events going with Special Olympics. What kind of stuff are you able to still do? And what kind of things are you hopefully planning?
Yeah. So right now, actually, we got a big thing going on, which is the Polar Bear Plunge. It's the biggest fundraiser that Special Olympics has. And usually they have it in the Chesapeake Bay and everyone's all together and you run to the Chesapeake Bay. Obviously can't do that right now. So we're doing virtual plunging. So you just donate money to the website. There's a Towson Athletics page going up right now. And then you give money. And then you go and you find a way to do a plunge virtually. Some people are doing ice bucket on their head. Some people are doing, I know my strength and conditioning coach, Justin Lima, who's been killing it. I think he almost has already $1,000 donated. Wow. He did like a cold tub thing. I got a little bit of crap because I did mine in the Southern California ocean.
Yeah, I think I saw your Twitter.
I guess that doesn't count because the water was technically 45 degrees, but that doesn't count. So I'm going to be doing actually one tomorrow, a pretty cool one with the snow and jumping off a cliff and stuff. So
really?
Yeah, that'll be really cool. But that's definitely the biggest thing that we're able to do right now is getting people to donate any way they can virtually. And then just having fun with it. It's like the ice bucket challenge that they had a couple years ago. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Right. Yeah.
So just having fun with it, challenging people, and the athletes have gotten really involved with it. They're doing everything they can. They got little signs up. They got little posters in their front yard. And anytime someone drives by and honks, they plunge. Like the athletes are having a great time with it, and they're doing an incredible job.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So will you be recording your plunge tomorrow?
Yeah, I will be. I got some teammates that are going to come help me and make sure we're all good. We're gonna have like lifeguards there, and or guys that are trained as lifeguards there. And I've done it before, so it'll be cool. It should be fun. I shouldn't get any crap from anyone for doing it. Then
yeah.
That silences the haters.
Well, you'll post that on Twitter.
Yeah, that'll be on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know. Probably
Jeff Miller QB, I believe, is your Twitter.
Yeah.
So people check that out.
I'm sure Tiger fans can probably find it on the Towson Athletics page. I'm sure they'll be retweeting per usual.
Hopefully, yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned this, but I'm just gonna swing back to Special Olympics really quick. Did you mention how you got involved and how you found that program to get on the committee?
Right. So my junior year of high school in Southern California, I did the track and field.
Okay.
I got involved there. And then I did track and field again my senior year. And the commissioner for Southern California contacted the Maryland director that I was going over there and recommended me, which was a huge honor. And then I got involved with the Maryland Special Olympics, and you guys obviously know we host Special Olympics here at Towson for the summer games every year. So I just kind of showed up like, hey, like I'll do whatever you guys want. And I was a big help in the pool area, I guess. Like I said, still didn't really know what I was doing, but I was able to interact with athletes and get things going and stuff. I was diving in the pool, retrieving goggles, getting kids out of the pool, helping them out and stuff like that. So yeah.
So I also had, like through my research, had seen that you had a pretty unique prom experience. Do you want to share that with us?
Yeah, that by far the biggest moment of my life. No matter what happens, that's going to be one of the best moments of my entire life. Just short story, girl I made a really cool connection with in the class named Diane. They had a special ed prom, and I was going to ask her out and to the prom, but she beat me to it. She asked me out. She had CP, cerebral palsy, so she used her screen to talk with her eyes and stuff. She made a big poster and stuff, and had the absolute amazing honor to take her to the prom, meet her family, and stuff like that. So that was by far the greatest memory I'll ever have, and I think about that every day. I think about that girl every day. Sadly, she passed away 2 years ago. But incredible girl, and just really solidified that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna do what I want to do for her. She was, obviously she supported me, and she was so light. I remember another moment I knew I wanted to do it was after a football game, and I was down. We'd lost. I'd played kind of bad at a high school football game, and I walked into the classroom, and this girl with cerebral palsy, and she has so many things against her. She went on her screen and said, "Hey, what happened on Friday? You sucked." Like, that was she said I sucked, but it was so funny. It was so just like, it put a perspective on things. Like, I lost a stupid high school football game. Like, really, but this girl's able to joke about it. By far the most amazing person I've met.
That's amazing. That's what happened. That's a great story. I'm glad you shared it with us. Going in another direction, how did you get into football? How old were you when you started playing?
Right. So I started watching football with my dad when I was pretty young, very young. And I actually fell in love with the quarterback position. I loved watching football, but more specifically, I loved watching the quarterback. So naturally, I was like, Dad, I want to play football. I want to be a quarterback. So obviously, my first year I was a left tackle and long snapper, about as far away from a quarterback as you can get. And I was in fifth grade, and because of my size and the way the height and weights were done, I was playing with eighth graders in fifth grade.
Wow.
That was an experience. They were talking about stuff that I didn't understand. They were in high school. They were about to go to high school. I was just graduating elementary school.
So wait, were you already like 6'6" when you were in fifth grade?
I wasn't 6'6" yet. It was my weight. It was my weight that got me. I was a chubby little kid. But that was really just kind of getting used to football and stuff. And then my next year was my first year of being a quarterback, and we went 0-12. We didn't win a single game. So first 2 years were a little rough, but then it definitely picked up after that, and I've never stopped doing it since.
So you're a big football fan, I assume. Did you have any idols that you looked up to? Who were the athletes that you looked up to most?
Right. So it was a little hard because my family's diehard Miami Dolphins fans. My dad was a fan growing up. We were the only Miami Dolphins fans in Southern California. But the player I really liked was Tom Brady, and he was obviously playing for the Patriots and stuff like that. And it was tough rooting for him, rooting for the Dolphins. And that was just because he was so overlooked in high school, overlooked in college. And I just kind of related to that as a kid. A lot of people didn't think that I would be a high school quarterback. I had high school coaches tell me I needed to change positions, and I even had a coach, tell me you'll never be a high school quarterback. So that kind of inspired me to get going. That's kind of what Tom Brady's story was, to see where he came from. So that was definitely my idol. I'd watch videos of him throwing to kind of get my throwing motion down. So definitely Tom Brady was my idol, but was a Dolphins fan. So
that's who you model your game after then as
definitely.
well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Team attitude, getting the ball out quick, just, being an all around team guy.
And so then I have to ask, I'm assuming you're going to be cheering for the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl then.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely will be. Obviously both teams are really good, and I just hope it's a good game. Wolf guys over here, just hope it's a good game.
So you mentioned like the coaches. Coach Ambrose was a big factor in pulling you over to Towson. So Coach Ambrose is obviously he's the head coach of Towson football team. He has a big personality. What's it like playing for him? Do you have any stories that can kind of explain like what makes Ambrose so unique as a coach?
A lot of stories. I don't know if I can tell them all, but a lot of stories. Great guy, great family guy. Really gets us going in that family attitude. He opens up his house. He opens up his family. I'm good friends with his daughter, Grace Ambrose. They're just an incredible family. And overall, as a coach, just really knowledgeable. He's coached at a bunch of different places, and he's stayed true to Towson, which is a great feeling to have, to know you have a coach that's going to be there for the school. He loves the school. He's alumni. A lot of our coaches are alumni, which makes a big difference on us. It's like, we're representing their school, so we kind of want to play for them more. Overall, great guy. Obviously, a great offensive scheme guy. Really love playing for him. Really respect him a lot as a man.
Do you have a best friend on the team? Who's your best friend on the team?
Best friend on the team. You're gonna get me in trouble because I'm gonna pick a receiver and then I'm gonna get crap for it. Probably Daniel Thompson. He's my grade receiver. Really good. He's going to be on the come up here soon. But obviously, love all my offensive linemen. They protect me, and they're my number one guys. If I had to pick one guy, I'll go probably Daniel.
So, do you have any pregame rituals?
Not really. I guess I do. Just listening to music. I guess walking around, high five I'm not the type of guy to you got to walk through the door twice or wearing special underwear or anything like that. Just listening to music. I guess, yeah, that's pretty much it. Warming up with the team. We do not really anything too much. Just thinking about the game and being there in the moment with the guys. As a quarterback, you got to kind of be there. You can't be off in your own space. You got to be encouraging the guys, getting them going and stuff like that. So I don't know, just listening to music, I guess.
So what is on the Jeffrey Miller playlist then?
Jeffrey Miller playlist. It's a lot of kind of throwback. I made the playlist when I was like a freshman in high school. So it was music that was like, not like popular, but like pumped me up then. And so it would pump me up then. And then now when I listen to it, I just kind of get into that, okay, I'm listening to this. So now I'm in a game mode. A little bit of I like country music, like normally listening to, but a little bit of country in there, kind of some throwback rap, just kind of, I don't know. My teammates probably make fun of me if they heard it, but I like it. It gets me in the mood.
Who's your favorite artist?
Luke Combs or Florida Georgia Line for recreational listening, definitely.
Being from California, a lot of people say that the East Coast has an accent, specifically Maryland. Do you agree with that statement, or?
I think Baltimore does. I've heard a lot of our kids from Baltimore will have an accent. My parents actually said I started to pick it up a little bit just by saying, Baltimore, like, I guess there is a little, obviously New Jersey with their coffee. I live with a kid that's from New Jersey, so their coffees and their, stuff like that. Definitely more of accents than on the West Coast, I would say. I don't feel like I had an accent or anything, but that's interesting. That's the first time I've ever been asked that. I would definitely say Baltimore has an accent, but other than that, decent amount.
So you are back in Maryland, I guess, for practice and for school. What kind of classes are you taking this semester?
I'm really excited. I'm finally taking a lot of classes for my major. I'm taking 2 special ed classes. I'm minoring in deaf studies, so I'm not taking any classes right now for that. But a lot of special ed classes, and I'm in Baltimore. I got a house with 5 other teammates, and we practiced, or we worked out today. We got workouts all this week, and we start spring ball. I'm not sure the exact date we start spring ball, but we're getting back to it, which is exciting.
Yes, thanks a lot, Jeff. Thank you for answering a lot of questions. Good luck with spring ball this semester. Good luck with your classes. If we don't see you before the fall, good luck in the fall.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. It was awesome. Had a lot of fun.
Thank you, Griffin, for being a great co-host, and thank you, Jeff, for joining us. That's a wrap on this week's episode, Tiger fans. Thank you for tuning into TigerCast, the official podcast of Towson Athletics. For the Towson Sports Network, I'm Laura Leidig, and as always, go Tigers.